Hello everyone. As project professionals, one of the most important skills that we should all have is the ability to complete a risk assessment of our work. Carrying out a risk assessment is a critical step in helping to protect our workers and of course ourselves. Having a risk assessment of our work helps us to focus on the risks that really matter. These are of course the ones with the potential to cause real harm. Furthermore, a risk assessment is not about creating huge amounts of paperwork. Far from it. It is simply about identifying sensible measures to control the risk to which we are faced with every day on the BRT. To help complete our risk assessment properly, we should always take the following 5 steps. Step 1. We need to identify the hazards. Now, we can do this by visiting the location where the work will take place, or we can even speak to people who have completed similar work previously. Please remember though, that not all hazards are easy to spot. Step 2. We identify who might be harmed and how. For each hazard, we need to be clear about who might be harmed, and this will help us identify the best way of managing the risk. Remember, it may even be a public citizen that could be injured through a hazard created by our work. Step 3. We evaluate the risks and decide on the precautions. Having identified the hazards, we then have to decide how likely it is that harm will occur and how bad it will be. Step 4. We record the significant findings. We should write down all the significant findings, the hazards, how people might be harmed by them, and what we have in place to control these risks. Our risk assessment should be kept simple and focused on the controls. Step 5. We review our risk assessment and update regularly. Few project work sites stay the same. Sooner or later, we will bring in new equipment, substances and procedures that could lead to new hazards. It makes sense, therefore, to review what we're doing on a regular basis. Please remember that risk is a part of everyday life and we are not expected to eliminate all risks. What we must do, though, is make sure we know about the main risks and the things we need to do to manage them responsibly. Finally, we must involve our workforce in the assessment of risk. We must have a regular conversation with those that matter the most. This will ensure that what we propose to do will work in practice and won't introduce any new hazards or increase the risk. If you have any questions or queries on this safety brief, please contact me or any of the RCSM BRT Project Safety Leadership team at any time. As always, thank you for watching, thank you for listening. Hopefully I'll see you soon. Bye for now.